surviving out here isn't just about how strong you fight, it's about how well you prepare. I turned my tames into tools, my caravan into a factory, and every resource run into a step towards something bigger. It's surprising how far a few primitive setups can take you if you know how to use them. If I wanted to raise an army, to shape bloodlines, optimize strength, and bring order to the chaos, I needed to refine my methods, so I adapted. I streamlined production, stockpiled essentials, and built systems that could keep me alive no matter where I roamed. With every med brew brewed and weapon forged, my focus sharpened. This wasn't just survival anymore, it was strategy. I was preparing for something bigger, because at the end of this road stood the Gamma Broodmother, and I planned to face her alone. This is how it all began, how a moving caravan became a war machine. Now back to the start of today's adventure. We picked up right where the last episode left off. James and I had a solid base on legs, but there was still a long way to go. First on the list, building an egg incubator. I wanted this in place before I ever started breeding. I like to have the right systems ready before I begin something that's gonna grow. With the egg incubator, I could hatch eggs in any environment and check their stats before they ever cracked. But high-tech convenience doesn't come cheap. It meant farming. A lot of it. Electronics, polymer, metal, the kind of grind that either breaks your will or builds an empire. To get underway, I took off for a nearby swamp to tame up a Diplocaulus. So it's been a while since I've actually gone and got a Diplocaulus. These guys are like kind of one of my favorite creatures to have in Ark, because you know, you can pretty much explore the oceans as much as you want. So we're gonna go and do that. It should be a fairly simple and straightforward tame. I'm just hoping that 10 shrink darts is enough. I reckon it is. Now, there's always one place that I could reliably come to get a Diplocaulus. They're so fragile that... Don't tell me you're killing one. He is. Come on. Yes. Sucks we didn't find one super worthwhile, but this guy will work. Where did this little bastard go? Where the hell did he go? Perfectly moral. But I can't believe I lost this guy so quickly. Literally in 2 seconds he was just gone. Is that? That is him. Level 16. We're fucking taking it. Got him. Let's get the hell out of here, man. Finding a Diplocaulus took some time. They're not exactly the easiest creatures to track down, but once I had one back at base, I made quick work of a few chores, threw on some warm gear, and set out. Before long, I was diving beneath the waves, ready to start my hunt for silica pearls. For silica pearls, nothing beats a Diplocaulus. It can carry you deep into the ocean with almost no limit, where clamshells gleam on the seafloor and trilobites pop in a single bite. But the ocean is never without its dangers, and I was about to meet one face to face. Oh my god, yeah right, dude. What a crazy turn of events, man. The life expectancy for both my Diplos and myself wasn't great under the waves. What the fuck? What the hell was that? Still, I managed to scrape together all the pearls that I needed. From there, it was a few straightforward obsidian and metal runs before I finally built the egg incubator. That's it. Look at that. Holy cow, man. With it, I hatched my first baby raptor. The foundation of a breeding program was laid, ready to shape the rest of my playthrough. Oh! Where'd it go? Oh, look at you. Now, I wasn't entirely sure how the base would be laid out, and honestly, I doubt I ever will be. But I knew one thing. I needed at least one more Paracer. I set out across the land and soon came across a high-level beast. A 112? Jesus, dude. Oh my god. With it downed, tamed, and brought back to base, I was almost ready for our first real migration. With a few splashes of paint, look at what I've done. I think they look pretty good. I messed around with some paint and delved into the nearby cave from last episode. It was on this fateful excursion that I happened upon something rather interesting. Yo, no way. That's crazy. Ascendant raptor saddle. 2000 fiber, 700 wood. 112 armors compared to only, what is this, 25? You know, I can't believe we got this. An ascendant raptor saddle. Item rating 17.35? What does that mean? Oh, so it's not super duper crazy. It's still really good. It's ascendant, but at 17.35, this is 28.34. So we can get way higher, but I think that the base would be 1. So technically 17 times higher than the basic raptor saddle. So it's really good still. With all of my skill points going into my crafting skill, I knew that this saddle blueprint would be incredibly useful later on. What I didn't know at the time was just how useful. But back at the base, I was making the final preparations for the migration. There was now a Bronto and 3 Paracers in the pack. I was content to assign them their final roles in the caravan. The Bronto would serve as the main living quarters, carrying all the basic necessities along with plenty of storage for equipment and trophies. One Paracer became the primary crafting platform, outfitted with all the main workbenches. Another remained the smelting creature, bearing 10 furnaces across its back. The last was a novel design. 8 cooking fires and 4 water tanks, a mobile kitchen built specifically to mass produce medical brews. With it, I could craft about 40 brews at a time, even far from any water source. With the base sorted, James joined me for the migration. Our destination? A small clearing near the green obelisk. It was perfect, quiet, relatively safe, and central to the 3 caves I need to conquer in order to gather the artifacts for the Broodmother fight. Dude, this is the first time that I'm moving everything at once.
No one wants to trifle with me and my gang. They're gonna figure out.
Oh, this is it. We're doing it. We're literally migrating. Dude, this is crazy. Don't you think this is crazy? Where are you?
I'm here.
Ah, yes, I see.
Me and the gang type shit.
From the deck of the Bronto, I commanded the caravan forward, a living convoy moving downriver. In that moment, I felt like the captain of a great ship, cutting through open waters. The trip was calm, until James spotted them.
Further ahead of us, more up the river, there's 2 dinosaurs.
3 Dinotheriums, the same massive, elephant-like beasts that had crushed our progress last episode. This time, it was our turn, and we dropped them fast. Can't. Oh, you can pet. I bet you can pet. What's his name now? She's hit you on it.
Yes!
Yippee! Oh yeah, but look at this. Look at the fire. Look at the skeleton guy. Doesn't it look cool from here? The fire. With our new base in place, it was time to take our first real step toward the Broodmother. We armed ourselves, checked our supplies, and headed for the nearby lava cave. What we were searching for was the artifact of the Massive. On Bronson, we could, I believe, get some crops down, but I just don't think it's worth. Oh yeah, careful with your health. I'm winning it. I'm not even looking. I'm not even thinking. Yep. I'm starting to overheat here.
Ooh, I'm overheating too.
Even with all my coolest clothes on, I'm fine. Or with all my coolest clothes on, I'm fine. Are you okay now? Take the gloves off. Take the gloves off. Now, we need to watch out for bats, okay? Bats are incredibly dangerous. Oh, I think there's bats in this fucking cave, dude. They give mega rabies. I literally had what we needed.
They give space AIDS.
Yeah. I literally had what we needed to make, or we had fucking 4 antidotes. I should have brought them. I didn't know. I thought it was another cave that you had to deal with mega rabies. Okay. I mean, fuck it. Pack bonus, and let's send it. Watch out for the bats. Just in that moment, I had to say it. Look at this, dude. We're so powerful. I'm literally taking off the HUD because it's... Oh, I got him. I think I'm gonna collect... Oh, you know what we do need to watch out for too? Watch out for your Raptors, Torpor. So I'm gonna try and top him off. I have no idea how to get through this cave, by the way. I think this is the right way. Something in particular that I remember was that we had to make jumps. There was literal spots where you had to jump across lava. If I die, somehow magically, if I die, just try and do the rest of the dungeon by yourself because, you know, if I respawn, it's gonna pull you all the way out.
Yeah, be careful.
I think Raptors are kind of goated for this sort of thing, dude. Careful, don't fall off now. That one fell in. Yeah. Holy shit, look hard right. Look at that.
Oh.
I'm hitting him. He's dead. I've got it too. Watch your health and continue to drink your potions. You okay?
Nope.
The lava cave lived up to its name. One wrong step and James was gone.
They fucking threw me off, dude. That's so ridiculous.
Swallowed by the lava along with one of our best raptors. I tried to push on alone, but the cave was unforgiving.
To flee from them than to risk its life in a fight. The antlers of Megaloceros are very large and make for an excellent source
This is
of
fucking
foraging.
hellish, dude. I might not survive this, literally.
Makes it a valuable resource. Unfortunately, hunting Megaloceros is not easy because of their quick speed.
Oh, I barely made the jump. I'm getting the fuck out of here, dude.
Megaloceros is a jack of
Wounded and outmatched, I barely escaped. 15 seconds and I have one medical brew. I literally chose like the perfect time to get out of there. Dude, my dino's half health. I'm almost fucking dead. Ran out of medical brews. Okay, so we lost Sigurd, but that's okay. For our first attempt, things went about as badly as they could. We lost good equipment, a solid dino, and still didn't clear the cave. The cause was obvious, a lack of preparation. Back at the base, I bred a new raptor and started looking into crafting some lesser antidote. Alrighty, and here we go. Lesser antidote. 10 rare mushrooms, 10 rare flowers. And then leech blood. How do we get leech blood? So a stack and a stack makes pretty much 10 antidotes. Without any leech blood, that plan was off the table. Instead, I settled on stockpiling medical brews and relying on sheer endurance to carry me through my next attempt. 156. We were aiming for 160, 156. That's closer than 90%. Pretty good. While I was at it, I made some changes to the base. I was willing to go without a few luxuries if it meant I could start producing crops right on the mobile base. And then bam, look at that. Out in the field, I stumbled across a high-level Parasaur and decided to tame it. Another small step forward before my next big push. Ooh. 768 carry weight, 1100 health. That's pretty good, man. With the base in good shape, I headed back into the lava cave, but I was rushing, making bad calls. One jump later, I landed right on a Pulmonus Scorpius and promptly fell to my death. No. I ran back in with a backup raptor, determined to just send it, but that ended just as quickly with another death. What the hell? That second raptor somehow teleported outside the cave, and I found them on the way home. Are you the raptor that was just in there? Thinking it over, I realized all my preparation had really given me was the ability to take my time in the cave, and yet I still rushed. What I needed was a proper weapon, so I set out on a massive supply drop run, hunting for a blueprint that could handle the threats from range and draw enemies towards me, keeping the fight off treacherous terrain. Kind of tired of the fact that we don't really have any good supplies. It's a bit of a bummer. Really ought to count my days. What do we got? Primitive scuba tanks, cool. Ammonite vials, cool. Elevator platform, electric light. Bunch of bullets, nothing amazing. Ooh, another one of these pedestals is cool. Nam saddle's cool. Ooh. Unio, Iguanodon. What I buy or whatever. Hey. Ooh, leech blood's huge, actually. Alright, so we made it back with, you know, some stuff, but nothing too crazy. And something fairly important is the fact that we got away with, what is that, almost 80 leech bloods. So, I made it back home with the spoils of a long voyage, but no good weapon blueprints, not even a single armor blueprint. That was fine. The real prize was the massive haul of leech blood. With it, I could craft a stockpile of antidotes, giving me the time and staying power I'd need to finally push through the lava cave. The mortar and pestles went to work, grinding out antidotes, while I stashed the rest of my haul back at base. We're gonna need a smoke grenade, let's be honest. With supplies stocked and plans set, I was ready to make my next attempt. 200 arrows, plenty of medical brews, potions to help deal with diseases. And again, I have like no idea where I'm at, what I'm doing. Oh, Jesus, man. Do not love that. Jesus Christ. Oh, I got this, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I have an idea though. I have an idea. Even with the gear to take my time in the cave, I still felt overwhelmed. My next plan was to bring both of my raptors. The extra buffs and double fighting power could tip the scales in my favor. Now what I'm thinking is, what if we bring in the second raptor, but we try and take it easy, but at the same time we'll be, you know, drastically increasing our damage as well as having two, so doubling damage. Oh yeah, we are actually roasting now. Where the hell did she go? No! That's so unfortunate, man. The idea was sound, but the lava cave was too dangerous for such tactics. Feeling dismayed, I pushed on alone. What's he say? An ascendant Titan helmet's cool. Okay, now we know where the loot is. Off to the left side, I believe. And I believe the artifact is just right here. I'm fairly certain. Yeah, that looks like it. There it is. That's what we're here for. I mean, I want to just send this, but it's best to take this sort of thing slow. If I jump, am I good? I think so. This is it. Go time. With the artifact secured in my inventory, I made a hasty retreat. Oh man, how crazy. I had done it. The lava cave was finally behind me. Back at base, I bred up a few more raptors. I wasn't sure yet how I'd pull off the broodmother fight, but I was beginning to think the raptors I'd been breeding might be the key. While out near my base, I came across a high-level Therizinosaur. Look at what I just stumbled upon. Level 104. Go. Christ. No, the baby got stuck on it. No! Damn, man. There we go. Some more of this can you take? Don't hit me, please. What is it doing? It's just giving up, it seems. Come on. There we go. That was good. Oh, no way. That's crazy. Once tamed, I discovered just how powerful it could be for farming. Look at that. Thousands of fiber and wood in minutes, and with its chomp attack, mountains of hide from anything that I'd killed. Yeah, this guy is kind of insane, dude. And on top of that, he gets a lot of hide, fiber, wood. Suddenly, crafting ascendant saddles didn't seem so far out of reach. And the big thing about this hide is the fact that if we get a lot of it, then we can make ascendant raptor saddles. This guy is incredibly useful. So far, I'd say like the most useful thing that I've come across, just because the amount of hide that I'm gathering is insane. Just the fact that I like two-shot everything as well. This guy's stats need to be bred into an entire pack of Therizinosaur 100%. He's already at like over 20,000 health. Which is, you know, that's pretty crazy. But a big thing is like over 4,000 hide is what's needed for one ascendant saddle for the pack of raptors. So it's like we need a ton of this stuff, and this guy by far gathers the most. Like even whenever I'm going on a hunting trip with all the raptors, we don't even gather nearly this much. Just the fact that I like two-shot everything, and then on top of that, he's got his bite, which for some reason gathers a ton of hide off of creatures. Really useful. Alright, so now, one ascendant saddle coming right up. Now I'm curious as to whether or not like my high crafting skill matters. In case it does, let's actually go inside and grab one local chili. Oops. Gonna grab that, and I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? Oops. Wow, look at that. My first actual piece of like ascendant gear that I've crafted myself. Pretty cool to have going underway. So now we need to gather another 4,000 hide. The fiber and the wood come easy enough, but the hide, 153 as compared to this, that's insane. What the hell? How much durability? 800 durability. Yeah, look at that. Crafter, Cochise, Tribe of Cochise, crafted skill bonus, 47.5, an item rating of 17.35. That's so cool, man. Now, you know what I'm thinking is, what if I try sending the cave with this raptor that I just saddled? I made my first ascendant raptor saddle, fitted it to a fresh raptor with my best stats, and took him caving. The central cave fell easily, no lava pits to worry about. On the way back, I decided to take on an Alpha Rex, and almost immediately I was knocked off my mount and killed. No! No! When I returned, I found the raptor still alive, and I was starting to realize just how potent these saddles could be. He might still be in the fight. Gotta still be in the fight. Look at him go! Oh, we snagged him out! Holy! That's when the idea hit me. What if I brought a small army of raptors, all in ascendant saddles, and buffed them with the Yutyrannus for the Broodmother? We need more of these. These are sick, man. We need a lot of those. I definitely want to make sure that we're gonna get a Yutyrannus to buff all of these guys. So they're gonna be mate boosted. They're gonna do their pack bonus. Then they're gonna get a Yutyrannus buff. On top of that, they already have like 300 to 400 melee each, and I think it's going to be a pretty impressive one-sided battle, but guess we'll just have to see. Now, there were two major tasks left before me. Gather roughly 70,000 hide, no small feat, and tame a Yutyrannus. I chose to hunt for the Yutyrannus first, so I pulled on my warmest clothes, packed some free curry, hypothermic, slow your rate of food consumption, yes, we'll take that with us, and set out for the frozen northern reaches of the map. The expedition was a long one. I spent hours scouring the frozen wastelands for a UT. I was glad I'd come prepared, and along the way, I stumbled across some truly beautiful scenes. In fact, I think I found the perfect spot for an ultimate base in the future. The mobile lifestyle will live on, but I'll need somewhere to store far more supplies, all my trophies, and a safe place for dinos once I start crafting cryopods. Eventually, I found a few UTs and took down the highest level one I could. Come on. I can't believe it. It wasn't my most honorable tame, but I got the beast and walked him all the way home. The level was low, but during my travels, I found an ascendant Yutyrannus saddle just waiting for a mount. All this one needed to do was stand there and roar during the boss fight. We're now on to something that's gonna take a fair bit of time. We're just now crafting up our second ascendant raptor saddle. These are gonna require more than a little farming, because each one requires over 4,000 hide. The fiber and the wood, the Therizinosaur actually very quickly gathers those for us. And these ascendant raptor saddles are insane. As we can see, we got one right here, 153 armor. The durability lasts forever. I went on like 2 entire runs with this one saddle, and it barely even took, what is that, 20 damage? Not even 20 damage. So they last a long time, but the only downside is that it takes a long time to farm up necessary resources for it. But once everything's said and done, I want a total of, I think we're going for 20, we want 19 raptors with 5,000 health is what I want. And then, you know, ideally over 400 melee, but that might not be entirely possible. Just the highest melee that we can get, plus 5,000 health, plus an ascendant saddle. And that is gonna put our raptors at, you know, a fairly good spot for taking on the bosses. And then we have Mr. Yutyrannus here, which I've yet to name, but the Yutyrannus buff of plus 25% damage output, and I think maybe it's like 25% damage reduction, is going to be pretty good. I think we're going to rip through hopefully the first 3 bosses with this. That's the hope, and we do have a backup plan, which is to start breeding up on over here Therizinosaurs and these Theries with, you know, over 20,000 health, over 500 melee, plus the best, well, we could probably just get only primitive Therizinosaur saddles, but regardless, giving them the buffs from the Yutyrannus, plus their insane health pool, plus their insane damage, I think that they're going to be, you know, way better than these raptors. But these raptors serve a dual purpose in being able to defend us and being relatively quick to breed and put them out, so they are going to be the go-to method for, I'd reckon, at least the first 3 bosses, and then just, you know, indefinitely protecting the caravan as we go about doing other really cool stuff in the future. Time to farm up an absolute ton of hide. I think I did the math on it yesterday. It's like 70,000 units of hide is what I need to get, which is going to take a while. And a while it did take. Nearly a full real-life week of constant hunting. Along the way, I discovered that Theri was even more useful than I initially thought. It could gather huge amounts of rare flowers, rare mushrooms, and even leech blood, all from the swamps. That meant as long as I had narcotics to spare, I'd always have the resources to craft more lesser antidote. Man, it's funny to come back to places that we had been to a long time ago. It's from the beginning of the first episode. The coon shack. It's a pretty crazy thing to see. With all the hide finally collected, I crafted my ascendant saddles, each one incredibly valuable. I valued them even more than the raptors wearing them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Split you off into 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's probably a much more efficient way to do this, but this is the way that we're opting for. Cool, just like that. 139. There we go. Everything was ready. The final step was leveling the raptors so each had at least 5,000 health. That part was easy. I ran a few caves, slaughtered countless dinos, and picked up nearby explorer notes while riding atop a raptor.
Pteranodon wyvernus is a large pterosaur.
We have a total of 19 of our strongest raptors here. I have them divided up into groups of 5. And this group here specifically is all max imprinted, so they're definitely the strongest. And one amongst them, this one here, if I somehow get into trouble, I have 2 keys that I press that makes, like, you know, the group I'm whistling to stop fighting and come to me. So if we get into trouble, I'll select the group that just has him and whistle him on over, and hopefully it doesn't get to that point. But yeah, I've never really done this, so best to be prepared for anything. I don't think there's much else that we need to discuss, so I believe it's time to get to it. Suppose let's get into this, man. So, just want to make sure we're on group none. Oh, here we go. I shouldn't be on this dino, I don't think. Feeling pretty nervous, man. Here goes nothing. Right. There she is. Here we go, boys. Got this, boys. Keep it up, boys. Now this question of, does this give stamina back? Potentially. Halfway there, halfway there. Stamina? Something me back? Maybe? Come on, boys. This is not a good idea, but we're going into spectator mode. I think we got this. We got it. Keep it up, boys. Oh no, we're getting fucking smashed right now. Come on. Oh my god, we got it. Wicked. That's insane. With Broodmother defeated, I made my way back to base, the raptors trailing behind me, worn but victorious. For the first time in a long while, there was no urgent task, no looming deadline, just the quiet satisfaction of a plan that came together. The raptors were fed, the gear was stashed away, and the fires burned low. Out here, moments like this don't last forever. But for now, the mobile base was still, the trophies were hung, and the road ahead could wait until tomorrow. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and trust me, the adventure is far from over.